Hi friends, welcome to Data Science and AI Quest. In this post, we would be talking about the concept of how to calculate range and quartile deviation for a frequency distribution. So we'll be taking a frequency distribution of marks. So in this example, we showcase a frequency distribution of marks scored by a class of 50 students, and we can calculate the range and the quartile deviation of all the classes for the data as given in this table format. So here the class intervals are given like 0 to 10, which has 7 number of students, then the class interval 10 to 20, which has 10 number of students, then class interval 20 to 40. So this class interval has 20 elements, and the number of students belonging to this class is 18. Then the class interval is 40 to 60, and the number of students belonging to this class is 9. Then the class interval is of 60 to 90 marks. So in this category, in this class, there are 6 number of students. So now from the given data, let's try to find out the range of continuous distribution. And I repeat, in this range of continuous distribution, it will give us the difference between the upper classes of the highest class and the lower limit of the lowest class. So first, if we calculate the range of the continuous distribution, then we have to find out the upper limit of the highest class and the lower limit of the lowest class. So in this example, we get to see that the lowest class is 0 to 10 and the lowest limit of this class is 0, and the upper limit of the highest class, that is the highest class, is 60 to 90, and the highest element is 90. So in this slide, one can see the class intervals listed along with the number of students corresponding to the class interval. So the class interval is 0 to 10 is 7 number of students. Then for the class interval that is 10 to 20, the number of students belonging to this group is 10. The class interval for 20 to 40, we have 18. Then we have already listed. Then we find out the range. The range is found out by that the range is 90, obtained by calculating highest minus the lowest. So we get 90. So the various class intervals along with the frequencies have been provided. We find out the cumulative frequency, and cumulative frequency of this entire class has been provided, can be seen. And we find out that the cumulative frequency happens to be at the end 50, which is equal to the total number of frequency elements, that is 7, 10 and 18, 19 and 6, when added up together forms 50. So the cumulative frequency also happens to be 50. So next we find out the first interquartile range, Q1, and it can be computed by the calculating of the size of the n by 4th element of the entire distribution. So as the n over here is 50, that is the cumulative frequency of the entire range of elements, that is the number of students in this class is 50. So n becomes to be 50. So Q1 becomes to be 50 by 4, that is a 12.5. So it can be also comprehended that it is the 12.5th element, 12.5th value of the entire frequency distribution table. So from the table, once again we refer this table and get to see that the 12.5th element lies between the class of 10 to 20, and it has a frequency distribution corresponding to the class, that is 10 to 20 is 10, and the cumulative frequency of this corresponding class is 17. So we notice that the class containing Q1 is 12.5. So the class containing Q1 is 12.5, and it belongs to 10 to 20 class, which could be seen from the given distribution. So to calculate the exact value of Q1, we use the following formula, that is Q1 equal to capital L plus within brackets n by 4 minus CF over F into I. So over here you can get to see that the capital L is the lower limit of the quartile class. N by 4 is as simple as the total number of elements by 4. CF is the cumulative frequency of the entire class. F is the frequency of the quartile class, and the quartile class is 10 to 20, so F is getting to be 10, and I is the interval of the quartile class, so I becomes to be 10 as well. So now putting the formula in the now putting the values in the formula, we can get the value of Q1, and putting all the values, we get the value of Q1 as 17.5. Similarly, the size of the third quartile class, that is Q3, can also be obtained using, here the formula lies that the size of the 3n by 4 value. Okay, so 3n by 4 is the requirement over here. So 3n becomes to be 150. So one needs to find out the 37.5 value, that is the element which lies at the 37.5 position. So it can be also said as that it is the 37.5th value. So referring to the cumulative frequency distribution, once again the value of Q3 lies within the class, that is 20 to 40. So to get the exact value of Q3, we again use the formula that we used to get for Q1. So over here L is the lower limit of the class, and L is 20. So 3n by 4, it becomes to be 150 by 4, which becomes to be 37.5. So the upper limit of the class is 35 over here, which is subtracted from 3n by 4. Then 20 is the magnitude of the class interval. 18 is the frequency of the class interval, and then after computation of all the things, we get that Q3 is 22.2. So rephrasing once again about the range and the quartile distribution. So if the entire group is divided into two equal halves and the median is calculated for each half, one will have the median of better students and the median of weaker students. So quartile deviation will tell us the average of the difference between the medians of these two groups belonging to the good and the poor performing students from the median of the entire group. So the quartile deviation could be used for calculation of open-ended distributions and is not unduly affected by the extreme values. So finally we get to the conclusion. So this will be all for the topic. And this topic was calculation of range and the quartile deviation for a frequency distribution. And lastly, if you liked the post and found it informative, then please press the like and subscribe for forthcoming topics if possible. And this is from Data Science and AI. Thanks again.